Uh, I don't know if I should start talking now or what. I think I will. The hell is on my head? The hell is in my eye? That's not right. That's not right at all. Yeah. Guess I need another shower. Ugh. Anyhow, so I don't want to talk too loud. Hey, I don't want to talk too loud. I know. I know who it is. Um, I don't want to talk too loud. Um, the other day I made a video and I was asking for help, and I feel stupid for doing that. I'm tired of living where I live. No, no, I'm tired of this. Tired of where I live. I'm tired of the people here. They're mean. They're inconsiderate. They're, for lack of a better word, they're assholes. I was kept up all last night. Somebody was banging on something last night. I don't know who it was. So I didn't get to sleep until almost 3 in the morning. Then I got woke up real fucking early. I got woke up at 8 o'clock. And 3 to 8 is not much. It's not enough sleep. It's not enough sleep for me. And when I don't get sleep, my depression gets bad. Like, really, really, really bad. Um, and I keep having confrontations with people. And I just had a confrontation with somebody a while ago. Uh, I was trying to be nice and let him know that the neighbor wasn't home, guy across the street. And the lady copped an attitude with me and started getting pissy with me. I wasn't being mean at first. And I'm tired of the confrontation. There's no cops where I live. There's a sheriff, and they don't really like to come out here. I would have to be threatening to kill people. I would have to threaten homicide for them to come out here. I would have to tell them, look, I'm going to kill people unless you come out here. And if I did that, then they would come out here. It would take extreme things to get the sheriff out here. I'm tired of it here. I don't want to live here anymore. I was like, get some better internet. That's pointless. It's pointless. I need to I need to sell my place and I need to move. I didn't want to because my dad got this place. He left this place for me and my brother. My brother's never here. He's always at his girlfriend's place. Always. He's just not here. And I'm 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 tired of living. I'm tired of living here. I'm 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 tired of the lack of opportunities. I'm tired of everything. I'm tired of everything. I try not to come on here when I'm depressed, but every now and then it's inevitable. Thanks. I hope I get the chance to move. I need to move. I really need to move. I don't need to be here anymore. The neighborhood's not nice anymore. It's the neighborhood. It's the neighborhood driving me nuts. It's the neighborhood driving me to want to leave. Good Lord, what is with the flakes? Good Lord. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope it does too. So I feel really stupid for that video the other day. I feel stupid for doing that live stream, and I'm just I'm trying to figure things out. I need to stop asking for things. I don't need to do that. But I don't know what to do. I thought about doing a GoFundMe so my brother could get the money to buy the land from me so I can move. I appreciate it. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know when I'll go. But this place is it's very there's no better way of describing it other than lawless. There's like zero law out here. There's people out here doing all kinds of crazy fucking drugs. Crazy drugs and stuff. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I don't know how to go about that because I don't have my internet, my PC. But that's what I'm thinking about doing as a GoFundMe. That way I can get up the money for my brother to buy the land from me so he can live here and I can get on with my life and go someplace where I'm relaxed. Live somewhere more relaxed. Um, just a nicer place to live. Someplace with some actual internet to where I don't have to freak out with stuff. That way I can actually do something that I enjoy and not have to be hindered. I hate being hindered. It really sucks. Good Lord, I look terrible. I need to shave here in a bit. I look ugly. I'm really ugly. Ugh. I looked okay yesterday, but good Lord, look at this mess. That is disgusting. Ugh. I'm in Texas. I'm in a county called Hardin. It's out in the boonies. Uh, it's out in the boonies. Yeah, it's out in the sticks. It's garbage out here. I hate it. Oh, yeah. I used to live in Houston. Used to. Uh, I lived in the Aldine School District. If you know where that is, if you know where Aldine is, the Aldine School District. I lived in Harris County. Used to live in Harris County. It was that area was getting bad when I left that area. So, CY Fair. Oh, the Katy area. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm north of Houston, kind of northeast. Wait, is it north? Yeah, northeast. I'm northeast of Houston, up towards Lake Livingston. There, that's an easy way. That's an easy way. I'm up towards Lake Livingston. I shouldn't be saying where I live. I shouldn't be talking about where I live. Yeah, I'm up near Lake Livingston. Sort of. I mean, it's like 30 miles. I'm 30 miles from Lake Livingston. Uh, Maybe I should move someplace with a better signal. I live out in the sticks, and it's fucking lonely here. I don't have friends here. I don't know if I want friends here. I don't think I do. The people out here aren't very nice. I mean, there might be a few nice people, but only a few nice people. Most of the people out here are pretty messed up. So, Yeah. So I'm at a point where I want to move. I I mean, hang on, I'll show you all this. I'm gonna show you guys my property. This is my property. It goes like way freaking around. There's my house. My house is literally in the corner of the property by the road. The house was built in the worst freaking spot. It didn't need to be built there. I don't know why it was built there. My dad, I don't know what was going through his brain. The house should have been built in up further on the property. Cut down some trees here and put it right center in the frickin' property. And why what? What was what? But yeah, this is my property. It's big. It's pretty big. But there's no point in all this property if I have to put up with asshole neighbors. And it's a mess here. I know it's a mess. It's a mess because my brother brings in a lot of things and makes it a mess. This is all my brother's doing. I don't know. I don't know why YouTube is doing that. I have no idea. The other day, everybody was like, "Oh, Nintendo's not doing hardware anymore" and stuff like that. Hang on, let me flip this back around. Everybody was like, "Nintendo's not doing hardware anymore" and all that. I'm like, no. There was an interview with the new president of Nintendo. He said some things, and it was misconstrued, and some people made some clickbait articles, and it spread like wildfire, and a bunch of misinformation. Uh, Nintendo's not leaving the hardware business. He just made a simple statement. His statement was technology always changes. And if they have to change something, they will. He didn't definitively say, hey, Nintendo's not doing hardware anymore. We're leaving that or anything. He didn't say anything like that. It was a casual conversation, and the president was giving his thoughts. And everybody got it wrong. People were coming at me telling me about this. I'm like, no, no. Nintendo's not getting out of the hardware business. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, and streaming is a terrible idea. I know tons of people who would just stop playing games. They would just stop. I'm pretty sure my neighbors are looking at me like I'm fucking retarded. Like I'm fucking crazy. Pretty sure they are. I think they're looking at me. I think he's lost his damn mind. So, but yeah, I'm tired of living here. My nose gets stopped up when I've been crying. I didn't want to come on camera crying, but uh, I either want to get the money to build a house inland, further into the property, something with better soundproofing or something. You gotta be crazy. You gotta be crazy to think somebody's crazy. Probably. Isn't that kind of like the whole saying, uh, whoever smelt it dealt it? It's like, if you saying it, then you're guilty. If you think that about somebody else, you're just as guilty of it. Is that right? So, yeah, I don't know what to do. But yeah, it's like, there's my house behind me. See it? It's on the corner of my property. It's by the road. It's right across from my fucking neighbor that's on the other side of the property. Like there's roads runs between my property. My property is between two roads. And I'm tired of everything. I'm tired of the noise. Oh, the air actually smells nice right now. What little I can smell, the air smells nice. This morning it smelled like somebody was burning something. Every morning I wake up, it smells like burning. some idiot burning something every morning. But yeah, I don't know what to do. Yeah, the air is kind of breathable right now if my nose wasn't so stuffy. But I'm I'm tired of the neighborhood. I hate to leave all this property, but I'm tired of the neighborhood. That's why I want to try and get the money so my brother can take the place. My brother can have it, and he can figure it out. Well, there's not much pollen in the air where I live right now. The pollen's very low because I don't know why. I don't know why, but the pollen's low. I want to move. I can't just. Okay, so let me explain what's going on. The reason I can't just move. I'm on Social Security. That's partly why I was trying to make this channel work. Whoa, it's windy. That's a burst of wind for some reason. But let me explain this. I can't do that. That's the problem. When you're on disability, Social Security, if you have land in your name, it's a rule that Social Security has. When you're on Social Security, you if you just give land away, give property away, they cut you off your check. They find out and they cut you off. You're not allowed to just write something off to somebody and leave. You're not allowed to do that. Yeah. So I have to sell the place. I have to sell my property to my brother. I have to sell it to him. That way I can buy a place to live somewhere else. Because that's how Social Security works. But I was trying to make YouTube work. That's why I was trying so hard to make YouTube work. I was trying to get to where I don't need Social Security. I was trying to get, build things up. Like Boogie 2988 did. Build things up and then I could get somewhere decent to live. I don't have to rely on Social Security. I don't like relying on Social Security. I feel like a freaking sponge. But I already know I couldn't hold a job. I used to work, and whenever I have one of my little episodes, I get in trouble, and I kept losing jobs. And some days I can't help it. Then there's the fact that I can't walk around very long because I'm literally like hunchback. I'm getting a big bump on my back. I got scoliosis. So I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm explaining things. And it's hard to hold a job and everything. So it's like this would be a dream job for me if I could make it work. And that's why I keep trying to make this YouTube thing work so hard. Trying to figure it out, trying to make it all, be worth something. And that way I don't have to be on Social Security. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to it and live where I want to live. But that's the explanation. Really, really, really don't like it here. I left for 2.5 years to help my mom. Then I came back. And then my dad passed away. And now I feel like I'm stuck here. The only way out is to sell the property, preferably to my brother, and then just take off and move somewhere else. Find me. Really? Stop disconnecting me. I gotta find someplace quiet. So, when I say quiet, like somebody's working right now, that's fine. I don't mind that. Somebody's doing something like that, but I want to live somewhere where people are not allowed, where there's like a noise ordinance, and people aren't allowed to, sit around with big ass stereo systems and blast the shit. That's what I want to get away from. I don't want to deal with that anymore. I kind of wish I lived off one of the main highways that come back in here. Where I live, there's a couple of main highways, and you see houses here and there that live there. and it's usually quieter along that. But once you get back into a subdivision like where I live, this is basically a subdivision where I live in the sticks. There's a lot of assholes. There's a lot of inconsiderate assholes that live out here, and it's driving me up the wall. And it it makes me I get to where I get suicidal. I was suicidal the other day, and I get like that when I'm not getting not getting sleep. There's like more light right there. When I'm not getting sleep and whatnot, my depression gets really really bad, and then I get angry and violent. And I want to break things. And, it sucks. It really sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm just letting you guys know. Uh, I mean, that's also why sometimes I don't come on here. That's why sometimes I'll go for a while. I won't come on here and say anything. I won't talk or anything because I'm scared that I'll be in one of those moods where I'm boohooing on the camera and everything. And I've done it before and I don't like doing it, so I try to avoid the hell out of it. I come on when I feel okay enough to talk, you know? Don't want to, you know. There was a few times I came on and I was like in a really good mood, but that's because I was getting sleep. Somebody last night at 11 o'clock was banging on something. I don't know who the fuck it was, but I could not sleep. It was nuts. The thing about bipolar depression is any sort of medical depression is that people don't understand it. A lot of my neighbors are idiots. They're assholes. They're drug dealers. If I ever catch them doing drugs that they shouldn't be doing, I will call the law. I will have them arrested. I will not think twice about it. If I think for a second that they're doing crack, cocaine, acid, any of that kind of shit, I won't hesitate to call the law out here. I will call the law out here and I will smile as they get drug off. I will get the sheriff out here. They can drag them off and I'll just be smiling, waving on. Bye. Hope you stay in jail for a while. Don't come back because I will do it again. And that's what that's what I'll do. If I ever catch anybody out here doing something they shouldn't be doing like that, I will. I'll call the sheriff and I'll let him know. It's like, you need to bring out a drug dog, the ones that sniff out drugs. I said, you need to come out here and go to such and such address because I know they're doing drugs and you will find some, I promise you. See them get drug off. I'm tired of it. The illegal narcotics and stuff like that. Tired of it. I'm tired of the assholes. The only drug that I think should be legal is marijuana. That's it. That's the only drug I feel like should be legal. It's a natural substance that God made. It's on the planet, It's not like acid and all that stuff. That's manufactured. Crack and all that. That's manufactured. And a lot of that stuff, speed, it kills a lot of people. I haven't seen somebody die from smoking marijuana, really. I haven't. And most people who smoke marijuana are pretty friendly. They're pretty relaxed and everything. I've never really seen... Yeah, it's like Robin Williams said once, you will not see an angry crack smoker. I mean, not crack smoker, you'll see an angry crack smoker. You won't see an angry pot smoker. Ugh. Pot smoker. There are no angry pot smokers. Unless there's some weirdo out there that just the pot has no effect on them. You will not see an angry pot smoker. But that's the only one. I mean, I've seen the dangers of a lot of stuff out there. Hell, there's companies right now that are investing in this stuff. This stuff never should have become illegal. Marijuana never should have become illegal. It became illegal because of some bullshit in Washington. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, we got the war on drugs got kicked in. And the whole reason all that happened is because of corporations. Basically, it's the same. It's the same story over and over again. Corporations have a huge issue with something. I've heard different stories. One story is that some lumber tycoon was went to Washington because at one point hemp was going to replace paper made from trees, and it was poised to do that. And so he went to Washington and basically done what a lot of people do, rich people, especially corporations, and they bribed the government, and that's why we got the whole war on drugs shit. Alcohol is not good. There's no benefits to alcohol. I don't care what anybody says. Alcohol, it's perfectly fucking legal and it's regulated, but yet it's one of the worst drugs out there is alcohol. But yet people are allowed to fucking drink it. That makes no fucking sense. There's no health benefits. But yet something with health benefits is illegal or has been illegal for years. Makes no fucking sense. Our government makes no fucking sense. It's supposed to be a government by the people for the people. And it's not. We're trying our best to fix it. The best way to fix it is to get involved. That's the best way to fix it. The young people have to get involved. We need the government is a joke. We need more people who aren't really uh, what do you call them? Uh, Something politicians. Fuck, what is that word? God, I hate that when I can't remember a word. Uh, I keep on. Yeah, idiots. Uh, what is that word for when you work? Uh, Something politician. A idiot politician. Yeah, sure, that works. An idiot politician. What is the other thing? Give me a second. I'm trying to figure this out. I try to remember that word. A I keep wanting to use the word business politician, but a career politician. Thank you. That's the word. Career. Nobody said anything. I don't know why I said thank you. A career politician because they're a politician as a career. We don't need that. We need less of that. We need real people who actually see how things are, who actually give a damn. We need younger people to be in office. We don't need older crotchety people. We need to kick these old motherfuckers who don't give a shit about people, kick them the fuck out. We don't need these old crotchety bastards anymore. Okay? We have a newer generation of people coming in. The older ones are dying. Hell, I'm almost 40 and I still would rather see a 30 something year old or even somebody in their late 20s, early 30s in politics. Okay? That's what I want to see. I don't want to see people who went to law school and whatnot and just all they give a damn about is getting rich. I'm tired of that. You know, it doesn't hurt to have a heart. I mean, some people go overboard. I admit that. I have a problem with SJWs. I don't like SJWs, but I have a huge problem with people who are on the the far right, who are like extreme conservatives. I have a problem with that too. I'm strictly middle of the road. I'm a moderate. I'm a moderate. I kind of look on both sides. I like using my brain. You know, that's not something that happens too often, but I like using my brain. But yeah, I mean, this is a good live stream slash video for anybody who deals with crappy neighbors. If you come across this video, I know how you feel. I understand. I understand what you deal with neighbors. I understand how it is. I understand how it gets, and you're not alone. There's a lot of assholes in the world who weren't taught to be considerate to their neighbors. They weren't taught to give a damn about the people they live near. They live near. Don't know why I said near. So that's a good thing for this video. Yeah, I know, it's fine. I understand. Yeah, I get tired of that too. Peasants. We're not in ye old times of kings and queens. We're not. We don't have big royalty anymore. Not, I mean, we do, but we don't. You know, just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean you're big shit. Your shit smells just as bad as the rest of us. You know, just because you have money does, yeah, that's the saying. My mom has the saying. The saying is just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean your shit doesn't stink. Okay, your shit stinks just as bad as anybody else. That's what my mom says. Just because you're rich doesn't mean your shit don't stink. That's just a funny way of saying that you're not special. Just because you have money doesn't mean you're special. You're just as human as the rest of us. Although, if you're a real monster, then you're not human. You're a monster. I'm down to 2 people watching. That's fine. But yeah, I felt bad the other day. I feel bad for making that video asking for help. I just don't know what to do. I'm tired of everything. I'm fixing to order a new video card. I won't say where I found it, but I'm gonna order a video card for $138. I've got a little money saved that I'm saving up slowly, and my brother said he'd try and help me. I need another. I'm getting another video card for my PC. Yeah, it's got 4 gigs of RAM. It'll work with 3D modeling because I've been trying to 3D model. It'll work with Blender. That's what I was gonna say. It'll work with Blender, and it has VR support. It has support. Yeah, 4 gigs of RAM, and it was like $138, and I got to order it. I'm not gonna say where because I don't. They had like a limited number, and if I say, then all of a sudden everybody knows where it is, and they go running there and they go buying it, and then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, you can't find it anymore. I hate that. That's why I don't share things. It's like I find something, I'm like, I'm not telling you where. I'm not telling you where I got. I'm gonna tell you how much it is and what it is I'm getting, but I'm not gonna say where because the next thing I know, it won't be available for me when I have the money. By the way, if you're not the kind of person who cares about if something is genuine, you can order repros, and I know you can order repros for Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. I'm just saying. Yeah, I gotta get another one of those too, but I need a video card most. I'm gonna have to get another hard drive eventually and another power supply, I think. But for now, I need another video card. Hopefully, the power supply I have is okay. I think it's a 550 watt or 560 watt or something like that. What kind of what do you mean by tablet? Do you mean an art tablet or what do you mean? Samsung up to 750 watt. Is that like the max you can get for a power supply? 750? I thought they went up to like 800. 800 watts. I have like a 500 and something watt power supply. I'd go in the house and I'd show you guys, but I'd lose signal. Yeah, I found out what that oh, okay, all right. So like an iPad or a Android tablet or something kind of like that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've got a 550. Yeah, I'm gonna get yeah. Yeah, I was just making sure I understood what you meant by tablet. There's different kinds of tablets you have to understand. There's these little tablet things you can get that doesn't have a screen, and you use a pen. You have to look at your screen, and it sucks. I have one. They suck big time. Then there's a tablet monitor type thing where you can draw on, like I have. I have a tablet graphics monitor. There's different words. There's different things you can call them, or that use that term, I should say. Oh, yeah. My graphics card keeps effing up on me. I was drawing the other day and it screwed up on me. My whole system went down because of the video card. It sucked. I gotta get rid of that. I gotta get another one and get rid of that thing. I'm gonna talk to my brother. He's supposed to come here later on this evening. The last time I talked to him, he was getting getting a tire on his truck so he could come over here. I hate that he left the area. That's one of the problems. He's not in this area anymore. He's not in this neighborhood anymore. He's across on the other side of the, I guess you could say the other side of town, living with his girlfriend or staying with his girlfriend. He's not in the neighborhood, and everybody knows that he's not in the neighborhood, and he sort of kept everybody in check. And so since he's left, everybody's been turning more and more into assholes. I'm tired of it. I'd like to move my house. That could be an option. I could move my house. I can get the money up to move the house, get it off of that, get it off of that corner. See it behind me? This is right there on the corner of the property by the road. I could move it in, get it moved in somewhere further up on the property. I could, here's where I'd probably move it. I don't know how I'd move it here. I'm fixing to get rid of the, look, I'll show y'all. We got to cut this tree right here down. It's right here. It's right in the center there, that tree. I got to cut that down. I still have to pack so nothing breaks. Oh, yeah. But like right here, that house over there should fit right here. Get all this shit out of the fucking way and put the house right here. This is where the house should have been built, right here in this clearing. And it wasn't. It was built up right there on the fucking corner of the property. It shouldn't be there. It should be here. Center to the property, because there's that road, and then there's the other road on the other side over there by the house. It should be central to the property. That way I don't have to deal with people so much. That's the problem. If I could move the house, that would be nice. Hell, I wish I had the money for one of those houses that are up on pillars. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know what they're called, but they're up off the ground. You can drive underneath them and everything. I would love a house like that. A house like that would be really nice. It'd be up off the ground. I wouldn't feel the vibrations from shit as much. I'd love a house like that, up off the ground. Okay. I'd love a house up off the ground. It would be so nice. Central to the property, up off the ground. That's what I would love. Oh. I just thought I'd vent a little on here and talk to people. I'm avoiding crying my head off and everything like that. I did that earlier. I did all my crying and boo-hooing earlier. I wonder what people expect when they start watching these live streams. Because I'll see people pop in and then leave. And I'm just like, I don't know what you expect. There's a thumbnail that shows my face. I don't know what you expect. Maybe they just don't like what I'm talking about. Possibly. I don't know. Yeah. Here's what I wish they would do. I wish they would make 2 new switches. Just hear me out. 2 new switches. A completely handheld version of the Switch, and a completely home console version of the Switch. And make them work together if you want to. That's my thought. Yeah. Either way, it would probably be a little less expensive. Really, here's what they got to do. All they would have to do is sell a dockless Switch. They don't have to do anything real special. You want those Joy-Cons, because that's part of an experience with a lot of games. You got to have the Joy-Cons. There's several games that it just wouldn't work. Everybody's like, okay, well, they're going to make a completely mobile version of a Switch. I'm like, no, they would still have to have the Joy-Cons detach because there's games that require motion controls. You wouldn't be able to have the controls, you know, latched on to it like I'm doing this. Y'all can't see it because I'm an idiot. You know, it wouldn't work that way. So I don't think there's a. I don't. I wish they would just port GameCube games. Just let me play my GameCube games on the Switch. You know, let us play game. You know, put them on there. Starting with Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Put that on the Switch. Stop putting NES games. We don't give a shit about NES games. Give us GameCube games. Give us those games. Stop giving us little winky-dink crap that we don't care about. Also, stop making us pay a monthly fee to play old games. Stop doing that. I have a GameCube still, so not a big deal. I still have a GameCube. I still got a GameCube with Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Sunshine, Baldur's Gate for the GameCube. I've got that. I've got Baldur's Gate for the GameCube. I've actually got that game. That's crazy you should bring that game up. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. I think that's it. I've got that for GameCube. I got that one, and I've got Mario Sunshine. I've got those Zelda games that are on there. I got most of the major releases for that console. You have a mod. I didn't know you could mod the GameCube. I didn't know that. I have a modded Sega Saturn, and an old Dreamcast that's got issues. They're good games. On my PS2, I got a bunch of good games too. On my PS2, I've got one game I keep playing, and I've been playing on my PS2 is Evil Dead Regeneration. I like Evil Dead. Oh, okay. That's what my Saturn does. My modded Saturn plays burned games. It's fun. I gotta get a capture card. I need a capture card. I'd really like to play a lot of this stuff on live streams. Well, I have to have decent internet first, but yeah. I'll talk to my brother when he gets home. See about ordering that video card. I think I'm okay now. It helps when you have people to talk to. I don't have anybody out here to talk to about anything. Anytime I try to talk to my neighbors about anything, all I'll get is like excuses. I have a Dreamcast. It's not very good. I need to find a modded Dreamcast or something, or one of those Dreamcasts. And I could never figure out how to burn Dreamcast games. Like there's something special you have to do, and I don't know. I don't know what it is. And you have to make sure you have a Sega Dreamcast that can play burnt discs. Yeah, the Dreamcast really struggled. I don't think Sega really thought that system through. They stuck with CD technology. They didn't go eBay. Yeah, I might look there later. Oh. Oh. Ugh. Yeah, there's some way to do that. It depends on the model. From what I understand, it's just specific models of the Dreamcast. You have to look at the model number. GD-ROM discs they used on the Dreamcast. What's GD-ROM? I know what a CD-ROM is, but what's GD-ROM? I never heard of GD-ROM. I know it wasn't DVD, and that's partly why they failed. The PlayStation 2 was a cheap DVD-R or a DVD player that played self-boot images. Oh, okay. The discs are actually bigger. Stupid! Quit fading out the comments, you stupid phone. The discs are actually bigger. GD-ROM, gigabit disc. though the burn discs usually have recompressed graphics and stuff to fit on a CD-ROM. A special format and something. What was that? Something popped up and then message retracted. Message retracted. What? Okay. YouTube's being weird. It's a special format used by Sega, but it is a CD-ROM though, right? It's just a format of the information to the CD. I'll be glad when you can just buy something and stick it on the console and use an SD card. That's what I want to do. There's a guy right now. I can't remember his name. Dr. Abrasive, and he's working on a Sega Saturn flash cart, basically, that sticks in that bay. That's going to be awesome. Once one of those come out, I'm getting one of those. I can remove the mod from the system at that point. I don't want to burn discs anymore. I can just play them from a menu. I'm waiting for retro. The pits are closer together on the GD-ROM discs, so they are fairly unique. Fortunately, you can compress my stupid video card. I mean, not stupid thing. You can compress the video graphics to make them fit on regular CDRs. Oh, okay. You can burn Dreamcast disc image to regular CD and play it on a Dreamcast. The trick is to burn the disc on the slowest setting. You're told. Oh, okay. Huh. I didn't know all this stuff. I know it was more technical than it should be. It wasn't as easy to do as I felt like it should be. It should be a little easier. A little easier than it is. I think I tried to burn a Dreamcast game before, and it didn't work out. Like, I didn't know what I was doing wrong. It wasn't an easy process. It wasn't drop the disc in and hit a button. It was like a bunch of preparation stuff you had to do, and I kind of threw my hands up. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I kind of threw my hands up, but I was just like, yeah, this is too frustrating. But I don't know what I was using at the time. I just know there wasn't a lot of resources or something, and I couldn't figure out. Well, I don't know what was going on at the time. I just know that I tried and it didn't work out. That's all I know. I tried and it didn't work out. That's all I know. That's all I can remember. I like playing my Saturn. I just get tired of switching out the discs. That's why I like my little Raspberry Pi when I'm playing older games. Like if I'm playing Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, 32X, yada yada yada, arcade games. I just go to a menu and select it. Sadly, you can't play Saturn games on the Pi. It can't handle it. The Raspberry Pi can't handle Sega Saturn games. Or nobody's tried to make an emulator work on the damn thing very well. I don't know. I know that there's a new version of a Saturn emulator that they made that works pretty well, I'm told. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Sega Saturn emulation is like, bam! All of a sudden, there's what is that word? There, when it comes to Sega Saturn emulation, all of a sudden there's a lot of it needs repairs. Yeah, I don't have a Genesis. I kind of wish I did. I wish I had a Model 1, but I don't. And when I have next time I have the money, I'm gonna get another Pi, and I'm gonna get one of those new Mega Pi cases. I like that. That's cool. I like the Mega Pi case. It does. I play games on it all the time. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get a Mega Pi case. I just need somebody to make a Sega theme for RetroPie. You have the Model 1, so the one with the headphone jack. They really are. RetroFlag makes really good cases. I convinced them to make the Mega Pi case. That's not what I said to call it. I basically kept hounding them on social media. I hounded them on Facebook and everything. I was go, why do y'all keep giving Nintendo, Nintendo fans love? Where's the Sega love? Sega, make some kind of Sega case. Make some kind of Sega case. And eventually they made one, and I'm pretty sure it's because I opened my mouth and started saying something. I just wish it was more like the Genesis and not the Mega Drive. It looks like the Mega Drive. The little thing at the bottom is pink instead of red. Uh, oh my God. Goof equals Larry the backyard cable guy. Larry the cable guy. 8-bit though? Yeah, but that's like 2 point something gigahertz connection. It's not Bluetooth. I can't use those. I would get one of those, but I can't. Retrobit is making some Sega controllers. And you can get some Sega controllers with the new for the new Retro or Mega Pi case. RetroPlag has some controllers. I don't know how good they are, but they make some. So Sega's getting some love finally. I'm like, God damn. I actually liked Sega more as a kid. Like, even though the Super Nintendo, from a technical standpoint, is better hardware, it had a better graphics chip and it had a better sound chip, in my opinion. But the games on the Genesis were just way more fun to play, in my opinion. I like the Genesis games. Like, I like the Phantasy Star games over the Final Fantasy games, the original Phantasy Star games. I have one of the 8-bit DOS Sega 6-button wireless controllers here. It's pretty nice. How, oh, it's Chemtris. I'm such a freaking idiot. Hey, Chemtris. I'm not reading names very well. It's like, I haven't got my glasses on. I'm just now realizing, oh, it's Chemtris. Hey, Chemtris. I seem to do that every time. Every time you come up and start talking, I'm just like, oh, wait, that's Chemtris. Hey, Chemtris. God, I fucking suck today. I'm sorry. I freaking suck. Hey. Yeah, Streets of Rage 1 and 2. I like both 1 and 2 Streets of Rage. I don't like 3. And it's not the gameplay. The gameplay is fine in Streets of Rage 3. It's the music. God, the music makes me want to jab ice picks in my ears in part 3. I hate Streets of Rage 3. Just because of the music. The music is god-awful. It's like, I wish somebody would hack Streets of Rage 3 and replace all the music with music from part 1 and 2. Just somebody get to work on that hack. Somebody hack that game and fix the music. That'd be a good hack. Replace all the music in Streets of Rage 3. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. It's the same composer. He worked on all 3 games. He did an interview the other day. The guy who composed the music for all 3 Streets of Rage games. He did all the music. After part 3, they kind of let him go. Because part 3 was full of really bad music. He was being quote-unquote experimental with part 3. That's what he said. No, he worked on all 3 music. The same guy worked on all 3 music. Yeah, they didn't get rid of him till after part 3. Part 3 Part 3 had terrible music because he decided to become experimental. That was what he said in an interview. A recent interview by Sega Bits, I think, or Sega something. I can't remember what YouTube channel it was, but it was a Sega related channel. They had yeah, it was. Part 1 and 2 has amazing music. Part 3 was like, God, what was he thinking? And I've been listening to the VGMs of the first one's music here and there. It's good. It's good music. It's just part 3 went down the tube because he decided to be experimental. I hope he's working on the music for the 4th one. I just hope he isn't experimental. I don't want experimental. I want some of that sort of dance kind of synth pop, whatever that was he was doing. I can't remember. I want him to do that with part 4. I know I didn't like the trailer music for the trailer for part 4. I didn't like that music. I don't know what that music was. I didn't really like it. It just didn't fit to me. It didn't feel right. I'm just glad to see another Streets of Rage finally. Now, if we can get another Shinobi game, like a good Shinobi game, kind of classic, get another good Shinobi game in there, get an actual sequel to the original Phantasy Star series, that would be good. Maybe get another Oasis game. I loved Beyond Oasis and Legend of Oasis. For those of you in the UK, it's called The Story of Four. It's The Story of Four. Smooth McGrew did an amazing cover of Streets of Rage 2 Dreamer here on YouTube. Oh, cool. A new Vector Man. Oh my God, yes. If they do it right, they do you know, if you look it up, they started to make a 3D Vector Man game and it looked wrong. That's all I can say. He had a gun and looked all militaristic. I'm like, what the hell were they thinking with that design? That's not Vector Man. Vector Man blasts things from his hands. He's made of a bunch of orbs and he shoots things from his hands. He doesn't need a big old military looking gun. You do? I tried playing them one day and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Oh. That's crazy. I tried playing it. I tried to give it an honest shot. I tried to give it a chance. And I couldn't enjoy them. I couldn't enjoy them. How about that there Orville? Yeah, the Orville. I'm loving the Orville. The Orville's actually a good time. I like watching that. I can't believe the last episode was about porn addiction. It almost screwed up the ship on the Orville. Oh, cool. I don't know. I haven't played the Shenmue remasters. I heard it when they were first released. They weren't very good, and I know they're on Steam. I could get them on Steam. I want them on the Switch. I would really like them on the Switch. And supposedly we got more Sega's. Yeah, the Orville's freaking awesome. It's everything that STD should have been, but wasn't. But yeah, I love the Orville. It's freaking awesome. What was I saying a while ago though? Yeah, like Sega said that they were supposed to work on some new installments to some games for the Switch. They did actually I think more than the Switch, but they did like a what do you call those things where they have people like questionnaire? It was a questionnaire and whatnot, and they had people fill it out and whatnot, and everybody was like wanting new installments of 3D games, like from the Dreamcast and whatnot. Like what is that game where they're skating? I can't remember that game. It's like they're like tagging stuff or something. I can't remember what that game is called. Somebody tell me what that game was called. Where they're on rollerblades or something. I can't remember the name of it. Damn. I know somebody knows what I'm talking about. Hold my hand here for a second. Gotta hold it still here. What was that game? Somebody's got to know what that game was. It was on the Dreamcast. The first one was on the Dreamcast. I don't know after that. Jet Set Radio. Jet Set Radio Future. Yeah, Jet Set Radio. Yeah, Jet Set Radio. Yeah, there was a Jet Set Radio on the Dreamcast. It started on the Dreamcast. Yeah. But that's one of the games that they had in the questionnaire, and it was like at the top of the list. It's like guys like me who wanted new 2D stuff, like new, stuff from the Genesis and whatnot. It was like we were not like the majority. We were a minority. Yeah, where you're skating around, spray painting, giving it to the man. What is that other game with the dragons? What is that game? Because that's another one people want to see again. I can't remember that game with the dragons. Dragon something. Or Panzer Dragoon. There we go. Panzer Dragoon. People want to see new... I want a new Shining Force too, or as well. Yeah, Dragoon, and we need a new Shining Force, like seriously, and it needs to have that old art style, like the ones we had in the first couple of games. It had kind of an anime Disney esque kind of thing to it. That's what we need. I don't like the art style in some of these new Shining games. I don't know if y'all have seen, but the new Shining games have like a generic anime, and it looks terrible to me. It's like if you're gonna make a Shining game, yeah, I don't want a remake. Everybody says remake. What you actually mean is a remaster. You want a better looking version. You probably don't want it to change a whole lot. You don't want the story to change. You probably just want kind of the same gameplay. You don't really want a remake. You want a remaster. You want a pretty version. You want a version that looks pretty, sounds better, and stuff like that. That's what you want. It's not really a remake. Remaking is when you like change up some gameplay and story elements and stuff, like they did with that Silent Hill game. I can't remember what the name of it was. I have it for the Wii. Silent Hill something. I can't remember what it was because that was like at first it was supposed to be a remake of Part One, and they ended up changing up a bunch of stuff, and it was like a completely different game. But yeah, I want an upgraded version of Part Four. I would like an actual. Yeah, yeah. But no, I would like to see just an upgraded version, just a pretty widescreen version. Yeah, that's what I want. I didn't even want a remake of Final Fantasy VII. They're like, okay, let's remake Final Fantasy VII. That's a great idea. Now let's make it a hack and slash. Let's make it an action game. And I'm like, no, just make it pretty. Make it have better production values. That's all you got to do. You don't have to do anything but make the music better and the visuals better. You don't have to completely retell the story and remake the gameplay. Don't do that to Final Fantasy VII. God, I don't play Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I like Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Final Fantasy VII was already an amazing game. Final Fantasy VIII needs remade. Final Fantasy VIII was god awful. The gameplay was wrecked with stupid ideas. That's the game that needs remade. Don't remake a game that's already a masterpiece. I'm sitting here saying how much I freaking hate Final Fantasy VIII, and you're going, Final Fantasy VIII too, it was a great game. I'm like, no, no, it wasn't. I can tell you everything they did wrong with that game. Uh, Magic spells being siphoned off of enemies. That was a mistake. That's annoying. That's something they need to get rid of. There was hardly anything you had to buy to upgrade. There was hardly anything like that. Uh, the music was good. I'll give Final Fantasy VIII that it had good music. I like the music in Final Fantasy VIII. Um, I lost love for the series after 10, 10 2. 10 and 10 2, the series was just like, oh, I'm done. After that, I was like, I'm done. I don't, I can't go on. I fell out of love for the series. I just don't like anything after that. I don't like I just, nothing after those games. Nothing after those. I don't like 12. I don't like 11. I don't like any of those other ones. The series went to hell. I like some of the new stuff they came out with, like Bravely Default 1 and 2, the Bravely games, Bravely Default. Those are awesome. I hated 12. 12 was garbage to me. I didn't like 12. I didn't like anything after that. Oh my god, people. Okay, so um just to let everybody know, I have to go ahead and end this because I've got 20% of my battery left. I've been live streaming for over an hour, and my battery is yelling at me on my phone. It just popped up. It's like 20%. I'm like, holy crap, I'm going to lose my juices. Yeah, I'll see y'all guys later. My phone's about to die. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for talking and everything. I really appreciate it. Bye.